They say it's always a good time for diplomacy, but in this case, I have to disagree. Russia is breathing down on Ukraine's neck. It is mobilizing troops, facing sanctions. Right now, Putin's only focus is Ukraine. In the middle of all of this, he has to turn host. Because guess who is visiting Moscow? Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan. Such bad luck could only befall one leader. Imran Khan is arriving in a tense Moscow. The residents are preparing for war. The leaders are busy plotting. Chances are Imran Khan will be a side note. It's really unfortunate for Islamabad because they have spent months planning this. The last official visit by a Pakistani Prime Minister was in 1999, 23 years ago. So Imran Khan's trip is the first in more than 2 decades. What does his itinerary look like? Rumor is Russia never even invited Imran Khan to Moscow. This visit was sought by Pakistan. His plan includes a walk around the Red Square, a meeting with Vladimir Putin, an interview with Russian state media, a meeting with the Grand Mufti of the Russian Federation, and a visit to the tomb of the unknown soldier. A short but effective 2-day trip. That was Pakistan's plan. But the timing could not have been worse. Now, if this was a normal bilateral relationship, the visit would have been fine. But this is not a normal relationship. Pakistan and Russia were Cold War rivals. The US supported Pakistan, the Soviet Union supported Russia. So what explains this new romance? In social media terminology, a mutual friend, China. Pakistan has reduced itself to a Chinese colony. Its economy, its defense, everything is linked to Beijing. Russia, too, is cultivating closer ties with China. Earlier this month, Vladimir Putin visited Beijing for the Winter Olympics. Both Xi and Putin released an important joint statement. Their intention was clear, a strategic and financial partnership. So China is playing matchmaker here. It is bringing two former rivals together. The question is, what's in it for them? Is a Russia-China-Pakistan axis possible? Not anytime soon. Not a single Russian or Soviet leader has visited Pakistan in their history. Not one. There are no defense deals, no strategic agreements. This visit is basically a baby step. Nonetheless, India's Foreign Minister Jaishankar was asked about this axis. Could it become something like the Quad? Let me tell you what he said, and I'm quoting. What does it take to put a Quad-like body together? It takes a lot of comfort. It takes a lot of systemic interaction. It takes strong leadership commitment. It's when all of these things are there that the geometry actually begins to form, the Quad. The minister is right. What do Russia, China and Pakistan have in common? One is an atheist communist state. Another is a so-called Islamic republic, though in reality it is an army with a state. And the third is a declining power that pretends to be a democracy. Clearly not a lot in common. This alliance, if it ever exists, is all about negative ambitions. Russia gets an anti-Western ally. China gets a new Pacific partner, and Pakistan gets a counterweight against India. But such partnerships do not last long. For any substantial alliance, you see, you need to invest political capital. You need to go beyond one official visit. Can Pakistan or Russia do that? Back in Islamabad, Imran Khan's own position is shaky. Opposition parties are plotting a no-confidence motion against him. Some of his own party legislators are being taken away. They've broken away. As for Putin, he's a wartime leader. He will meet anyone who can help him subvert Western sanctions. Can Pakistan do that? Russia is building a gas pipeline in Pakistan, and we all know their army's insatiable demand for weapons. So Pakistan may seem like an attractive market for Russian gas and weapons. Just one problem. They don't have the money to buy either. Russia and Pakistan is a relationship that sounds possible on paper. Russia can give Pakistan access to Central Asia. Putin thinks Pakistan can contain Afghan extremists. Like I said, it sounds good. But neither Imran Khan nor Vladimir Putin is in any position to invest very much. So does that mean that India can ignore this trip? Well, nothing in geopolitics is irrelevant. Ukraine will not be a conflict forever, remember. So India cannot write off the possibility of Russia-Pakistan relations. In the long run, it must prepare for all eventualities. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.